I mean, I've lived in my van for 2 years and I've plugged it in to like at a campsite. I've plugged it in probably twice, but like I'm able to boondock or be without any sort of like electrical hookups, and it's all just like self-contained. So I'm Cameron, 23, going to college. I boondock in a parking lot at my school while I'm there instead of paying rent, so I'm saving $500 to $600 a month. And I cook in the GoSun like 6 days a week for at least 1, if not 2 meals a day. Yeah, so I've got 200-watt solar panels mounted to the top, and then I have it wired to like a 200 amp hour AGM battery. And then I just have that wired to my pre-existing RV wiring. I cook a little bit on the stovetop, but majority of it's in the GoSun. I'll prep like an egg dish or something, and the night before I'll put eggs and some vegetables in like a container if I'm in a rush, and then I'll just dump it in the Sport, throw it in the sun, and have breakfast before I go to work or school. And then I come back if I still have sunlight, and then I'll cook dinner in it. Like with the Sport, you're cutting all of your food to like slivers essentially to get it in there, which is fine. But with the Fusion, there's so much more space. I mean, like I made an entire like box of brownies and put it in it. And usually in the Sport, I have to like divide it up and I put it in a little bit at a time. But with this, I put the whole thing in there. It cooked it perfectly. And then also like the option at 12 volt, that's where it's at, for me at least. I can get off work at 6 or 7 and put it in the sun for the last 35 minutes that it's up, and then I'll put it into the 12 volt. And then, that way, no matter what, I'm cooking and making my food without using any sort of fuel. Running my propane stove for 45 minutes to cook a meal, especially in the Arizona sun in a parking lot that's blacktopped, it gets real hot real quick. So to keep that heat out and not have any of it with that GoSun, I mean, short of that is life-changing for real, like straight up. My microwave is like a convectional oven, but it just pulls so much power it wouldn't make any sense for me to actually cook, like bake something in it. I can use it for reheating, but to actually bake something would pull too much power and I'd have to be plugged in somewhere, which means I'm paying the campsite fees of like 40 to 50 bucks a night or 400 a month. Okay, it doesn't matter, like if the sun goes down, cool, I'll just plug it in. It's not a big deal. Whereas like before, it's always been like, oh, I have to be home by this time to get my food in the Sport while the sun's still up. But now it's just, when I get around to it, I'll get around to it. I'll just plug it in if I have to. So yeah, I'm stoked to be able to cook. Maybe I'll bump it up to 7 days a week now. That'd be sweet. Or 3 meals a day.